Hello, everybody. This is Julissa. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening in the podcast. Today is Thursday, March 27, 2025. I had to come here and share this story with you guys. In case you haven't heard, some incident happened in which a babysitter was told by the child that she was babysitting that there was a monster under their bed. As kids normally will say something like that, right? Especially when they don't want to go to sleep by themselves. But in this case, you guys, the babysitter actually went to check, and there was actually a man under the bed. How terrifying and creepy is that, right? But before I tell you all the details and everything that happened, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now using Spotify. Thank you so much for following me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And thank you so much to everybody, of course, who's watching this video on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. So just as you heard, right, what a nightmare. We have a babysitter. It says here, babysitter checking for monster in the child's room, find a man hiding under the bed. Okay. The woman was attempting to show the child that there was nothing under the bed when she came face to face with the man. And this happened in Kansas. That is probably like a nightmare, right? I cannot imagine you're in somebody's house taking care of their children and they say there's somebody in my, like, that is even crazy to experience as an adult. Imagine to experience that and actually, the child experiencing that before even telling the babysitter, and then, the babysitter experiencing that and still having the child with her to still care for. That is crazy. So let's see what happened. So she made the shocking discovery while attempting to prove that to one of the children that she was looking after that there wasn't a monster hiding underneath the bed. On Monday, March 24, around 10:30 p.m., authorities responded to a reported disturbance call, and this happened in the city of Great Bend. The Barton County Sheriff confirmed. Upon arrival, they said, the deputies contacted the victim, who stated she was babysitting children of the residents. When putting the children to bed, one child complained that there was a monster under her bed. And the victim attempted to show the child that there was nothing, under the bed, that she, it's almost like you tell the kid. I mean, I'm sure we've all done this. You say, there's nothing, see, I can show you there's really nothing here. It's safe. You can go to bed, no problem. And then to come face to face with a man. Oh my goodness, what a nightmare, okay? And then she attempted to show the child that there was nothing under the bed. Then she came face to face with the male suspect who was hiding there. An altercation happened between the babysitter and one child was knocked over with the struggle. The suspect then fled the scene before deputies arrived. Wow. And that guy's name is Martin Villalobos Jr., 27 years old, and he was arrested and transported to Barton County Jail. It says here the suspect had once lived at that residence, but there was currently a protection from abuse order against him to stay away from the property. Wow. So this man, not only was he hiding under somebody's bed, like how terrifying is that? He was actually not allowed to even be in the property. Okay. Despite being unable to locate Villalobos Jr., after searching the area on that evening, he was found under the bed. I read that wrong. Despite being unable to locate him, after searching the area on the evening that he was found under the bed, officers continued to look for him the following morning. The suspect was seen in 2000 Black Patton Road, at which point he attempted to flee from law enforcement. After a short pursuit, the suspect was captured. Officers confirmed the suspect has been booked and requested charges of aggravated. He was booked on requested charges of aggravated kidnapping, aggravated burglary, aggravated battery, child endangerment, felony obstruction of law enforcement, and violation of a protection from abuse order. And let me see. Yeah, what else? He's being held right now in a $500,000 ban, and that's all they're saying about that. I cannot imagine. Like I'm still in shock. Like imagine first of all, they say that this man had a protective order. There was a protective order in place so that he should have never been there. But like imagine you babysitting at somebody's house who's dealing with some type of issue, you know. It's like really the guy that is not even supposed to be there because of an abuse protective order is actually hiding in the room where the children are sleeping. That's like a tab another issue with this, with this nightmare that the babysitter went through and the child obviously. So that is crazy, you guys. So let me see some of the comments that people are saying here. People are saying, somebody was saying, I will die if I find somebody under the bed. So yeah, it's true. This article that I just read is not really giving information about who the man is, right? Because if he lived in that house previously, obviously he knows the children, right? Who was this an ex-boyfriend or somebody? But they're saying there is a protective order against him, right? So maybe the children knew that he was there probably for a while. Somebody say, why is that important? Somebody fathered their children. Who is he? And somebody said, doesn't matter if he was the husband or the boyfriend of the mom. Can you imagine how terrifying that must have been for the babysitter? Yeah, I'm sure it was traumatizing. Like I said, it's traumatizing for an adult. Imagine to experience that, right? And experience that. I mean, you're going to show the child that there's nothing under the bed, and then you go and you find somebody. Like, how do you react to that, right? When you also have to care for children at that moment. They say one of the children got knocked over. That's what they say. So that is terrifying to experience by yourself, right? Imagine at somebody else's house and with their children that you're there to care for. I think, I always think about that because if you're babysitting, I know a lot of people do this like a full-time job and all of that. You're caring for somebody's children at their house. But perhaps in this case, there is a restraining order in place regarding somebody. Like, I'm sure it must be very hard for families to find a babysitter to be like, oh, you have a restraining order against this person, but you want me to babysit at your house? I mean, not everybody will take that job because people are crazy, right? And like this guy, he's hiding right inside the house, under the children's bed, right? People put protective order for a reason, right? I'm trying to just making sure I read it correctly. So it says here that, let me just go back a little bit. So it says here, Martin Villalobos Jr., 27, has been arrested and transported to the jail. Currently, he had once lived at that residence, but there was currently a protection from abuse order issued against him to stay away from that property. So many questions, right? Was he like a person who used to live there? Like, if he's not even related to the kids? Is he related to the kids, right? Who knows, right? They didn't want to give that much details, but even so, like, when there's an order for you to stay away from somebody, a protective order because of abuse, because of harassment, whatever, like, when people get to that point that they have to do a protection order, that means that there have been many incidents that made somebody take that action against that person. So imagine this man being right there. I wonder if the whoever hired her, that babysitter, would inform her that, FYI, nothing's gonna happen. Maybe they say that, because not to scare them. But we do have a case. This guy used to live here before. He likes to come by or something. People will be like, I'm not working here. Like, that's scary, especially like during nighttime. To even during the day to do that, imagine during nighttime. So it's just really terrifying. Like I said, this incident is terrifying to experience as an adult. Imagine experiencing that, in somebody else's house with their children right there too. So how crazy is that? Let me know, guys, what you think about this in the comments. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening to the podcast. Have a good day, everybody. God bless.